Long ago, in the magnificent kingdom of Vijayanagara, the royal palace was surrounded by beautiful gardens filled with colourful flowers, tall trees and singing birds. Every morning, Tenali Raman enjoyed taking a walk through these gardens. He loved nature and believed that every living creature, no matter how small, deserved kindness and respect. One pleasant morning, as he walked beneath the shade of a large mango tree, he suddenly heard a faint sound. Cheep, cheep, cheep. The sound was weak and frightened. Curious, Tenali Raman followed it and soon discovered a tiny squirrel lying on the ground. The little squirrel had fallen from a high branch. It was trembling with fear. Its small eyes were filled with tears. Tenali Raman felt sorry for the helpless creature. He gently picked it up and said softly, "Do not be afraid, little one. You are safe now." He carefully placed the squirrel in a basket lined with soft leaves and grass. Then he gave it a few drops of water. After some time, the squirrel began to feel better. Its trembling stopped and it slowly regained its strength. Just then, a few palace workers passed by. Seeing Tenali Raman caring for the squirrel, they laughed. "Sir," one of them said, "why are you spending so much time helping a tiny squirrel? It's just a small animal." Tenali Raman smiled. "A life is valuable, no matter how small it may be," he replied. "Kindness should never depend on size or importance." The workers exchanged glances and walked away. The next day, a great commotion spread throughout the palace. King Krishnadevaraya's precious diamond ring had disappeared. It was not an ordinary ring. The ring had been passed down through generations of the royal family and held great sentimental value. The king was deeply worried. Palace guards searched every room. Servants searched every hallway. Ministers searched every corner of the palace. But the ring could not be found. Some people even began to suspect that it had been stolen. The atmosphere in the palace grew tense. Everyone feared the king's disappointment. Tenali Raman calmly stepped forward. "Your Majesty," he said, "let us not rush to conclusions. The truth has a way of revealing itself." Later that afternoon, Tenali Raman returned to the palace gardens. The little squirrel he had rescued was now healthy and energetic. It happily ran from branch to branch. As soon as it saw Tenali Raman, it rushed toward him. He smiled warmly. But then he noticed something unusual. The squirrel kept running toward a large banyan tree. Then it would return and look at him. Again it ran to the same spot. And again it came back. It repeated this several times. Tenali Raman became curious. "It seems to be trying to tell me something," he thought. He followed the squirrel. The tiny animal led him to the base of the banyan tree. There, near the roots, something sparkled in the sunlight. Tenali Raman knelt down and brushed away the dirt. His eyes widened with surprise. Buried beneath the soil was the king's missing diamond ring. Tenali Raman carefully picked up the ring and hurried back to the palace. The king was overjoyed when he saw it. "My ring! Where did you find it?" he asked. The ministers and guards gathered around eagerly. Tenali Raman smiled. "Your Majesty," he said, "the credit does not belong to me. It belongs to a tiny squirrel." Everyone was astonished. A squirrel? Tenali Raman explained everything. How he had rescued the little creature, how it had repeatedly guided him to the tree, and how it had unknowingly helped him discover the lost ring. The king listened carefully. Then he stood up and addressed everyone in the court. "Today," he said, "I have learned an important lesson. We often ignore small things because they seem unimportant, but even the smallest creature can make a great difference, and kindness is never wasted." The entire court nodded in agreement. From that day forward, the people of Vijayanagara treated animals with greater care and compassion. Water bowls were placed in the gardens for birds and squirrels. More trees were planted throughout the kingdom, and the little squirrel lived happily with its family among the palace trees. Whenever Tenali Raman walked through the garden, the squirrel would chirp happily from the branches above, and Tenali Raman would smile and wave back. Thus, peace and happiness happiness returned to the kingdom once again.